Hello, listeners, and welcome to another episode of All in Our Business Podcast, the show where we discuss hot and controversial relationship topics while sharing our love journey along the way. I'm your host, TC.
And I'm your girl, Kiki.
And we got a few shout-outs this week, so let's get into these shout-outs so we can get into today's hot topic. So I'm going to shout out my girl Charlene at my job. She's been listening. She said she got through all the episodes, so she's all caught up. She binged and got through all of them. She
Hit the
said,
claps.
Oh, we got to hit the claps? Okay,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Charlene.
So, thank you, Charlene, for listening in. You gave me some great feedback. You was like, keep doing what y'all doing. Y'all doing a great job. So, we're going to keep doing what we're doing.
Thank you, Miss Charlene.
Funny thing, I went to the barbershop Friday and
you're looking good.
Thank you. Yeah, I got that fresh cut for my baby. Mr. E hooked me up, but we had a nice little relationship conversation in the barbershop. So, and it's funny because one of the topics that he brought up during while we were in there was on love language, which I was telling him is this week's message. So shout out to the upscale barbershop out there in Bowie.
Shout out.
Keeping me fresh all the time, so my queen want to do what we do.
Yes, sir.
So thank you, Mr. E, for handling doing your thing.
Thank you. Sure, y'all had some interesting.
We had some very
talk.
interesting topics, and most of the time men don't really talk about stuff like that. So it was good to hear it from the man perspective. Definitely.
That's good. We may gotta have some men on the show from the barbershop.
We will when we do the men versus women episode. We definitely will have some men on here. A couple of them have already requested, hey, let me be on it.
Come on.
So all right, baby, go ahead and get us popping, get us started.
Okay, so this week is a topic that I love so very much. It truly is the heart of a relationship, and we've mentioned that before when it comes to love. So if you want to learn how to love your partner better, this is your episode. Today we are tapping into love languages. So let's get into it. We're going to start, of course, with the scripture.
All right.
So what you got, baby?
So the scripture we have for today is 1 Corinthians 13:13. 3 things will last forever: faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love.
Wow.
I think that sums it up. So love languages, we're going to get into it.
Yeah. All right. So let's start by what we like to do first is defining what our love language is. Mm-hmm. So what would you say?
I guess we'll get into the gist of it. What our love language is first.
Okay.
So love, language is communication. Mm-hmm. This is how we express to you what we receive and experience in love. Mm-hmm. Love languages strengthen our relationship because it allows partners to communicate love and affection in a way that resonates most deeply with each other.
That's true. So basically, you would say love language is how you communicate, how you want to receive.
How you communicate love, or what your form of love that you that you appreciate the most coming from that partner, or that you resonate with you, that you like.
Okay.
We've discussed before. For me, it's physical touch. That's my love language. Mm-hmm. So to get to me, you probably gonna have to do something physical most of the time.
All the time.
Or quality time. I just love spending time with you.
You do.
So those are my 2 main love languages. Not to say that you can't have all 5. Mm-hmm. Which I'm sure you can. Everybody can have a little snippet of something. But your main, most important one is the one that resonates with you the most.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree with that. So that's good to know.
So what you think is the importance of a love language?
I would say it's important to know your partner's love language because it helps you tailor your expressions of affection to their preferred style, like we just talked about. It helps to ensure that they feel truly understood and loved. And it prevents misunderstanding and arguments that may arise from misinterpretations based upon your actions and your words. Okay. So for me, I feel like I need to know your love language because I need to know what ways to best love you. So let's say, for example, we see so many times where people go out and a man may say, oh, I bought her this new bag or I bought her these new shoes. And the woman is sitting there like,
that's nice, but That's not my thing.
That's not my thing. I just wanted a
Gifts
hug.
is not her love language.
Right.
She might want physical affection or
Absolutely.
to be touched.
Yeah, so you missed that because you didn't really know how to love that person. And that doesn't mean that you don't love them. So I think that's the part. Some people be like, I love you, and I love you because I show you by doing this. You can love me by buying me something, but if that's not the way that I perceive it, you're buying me something that's not what I wanted. I wanted a hug. I just wanted you to sit with me and watch a movie with me or just hold me.
Yeah.
And yet you went out and spent all this money on getting something thinking that that's what I really wanted, and you kind of missed the mark. So I think it's very important because understanding your love language, it fosters a sense of mutual appreciation and connection because both partners can feel seen, loved, and valued for their unique needs.
Yes, very true, very true. All right, so
All right, let's get into it a little deeper now.
let's go ahead and break down these 5 different love languages.
So as you know, there are 5 different love
There are
languages.
5 different love
And
languages.
sometimes some people have gone there a long period of time without knowing that
Not
they're
realizing,
actually.
not even understanding what they are.
Yeah.
Like we were in a marriage, preparing for marriage God's way class, and one of the people in there, he was like, what is a love language? He did not have any clue what we were talking about. Now, of course, I've taken this class before, so I've heard of it, plus going to marriage retreats and things like that, so I've heard of love languages, but he had no clue what we were talking about.
Yeah.
And that's nothing to be ashamed about, because at least, you're getting an understanding now, and you were open and honest to your lover. I don't know what that is.
And I think sometimes if a woman hear that, we may say, you know what? Oh gosh, he has the ability to love me, but he just didn't know how I want to receive my love,
Exactly.
right? So he didn't know, or any person wouldn't know. So sometimes you have to give people grace. And some people go a long period of time in the relationship without realizing that they're not catering to their partner's love language.
That's very
For
true.
you and I, I'll say we definitely identified our love language and had that conversation
Very,
early.
very early.
Yeah. And we'll get into that in the next point. So let's go back to like you saying.
So what's the first one? The first one is what? Words of affirmation. So that's where you verbally express to that person how you love them. Or written encouragement. You might write them a letter and let them know. That resonates with a lot of people. Some people, that's their thing. They love, words of affirmation. You telling them, I love how intelligent you are. Me telling you, I love how beautiful you are. They want to hear the words. So what do you think? Do you think that's mostly a woman's thing? They want to hear the words?
I don't know, because I don't want to speak for all women.
Okay.
I think it kind of just varies based upon the woman.
Okay.
Some women do like to hear encouragement to say, oh, you're doing a good job. I think all women do want to hear that they are loved and their partner loved them. So I think that's generic, right? But some people need that. And I feel for women, men need it a little bit more. Like,
Oh, really?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Because y'all strive off of your ego and your pride and things. So when we go around the house and I tell you, oh, I love the way your arms look when you're vacuuming, guess what you do?
There she goes. She got me again. Let me go get this vacuum. Hold on, y'all. I gotta go get the vacuum. It might be a little noisy. I gotta go vacuum the floor real quick. I'll be right back.
There you go. So I think that's definitely probably more for men. But I'm not saying that there aren't any women that share this love language and may need that in a relationship. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about physical touch.
That's my favorite.
Let you just take it over. Go ahead. What is physical touch for you? It is not about what?
It's not about sex.
Yes.
I will say that. It's not, honestly, for me, it's not about sex. Now, don't get me wrong. Sex can be part of it, but it's not about sex. And for most men, it's not about sex.
Really?
That's the funniest thing. I think a lot of women think, it's always just about sex. It's not.
Really?
It's not.
Wow.
It's not. It really is not. Most of the time, and this is me, I'm speaking for me, but a lot of men that I know, they just want to be touched in a way that it feels good to them, not necessarily sex. Like I got a fresh cut, as she said. I love when she just rubs on the back of my head.
You do.
I love when she just holds my hand and she just kind of rubbing my hand. I love that because I feel a connection with her where it's not about just sex. It's just the feeling of just touching each other. And I think that is bringing a deeper connection to us because we're just touching each other and we're not touching each other in a way where it's sexual. It's more of an intimate touch. It's more of I just want to rub on your arms because they feel so good or they look good. And not rubbing on your arms, pull that thing out, do that thing. No, it's never that. It's more so just...
It is sometimes.
It is that sometimes, but for the sake of this show, it is not right now, okay?
Yes.
I can't just pull it out on the podcast, okay?
Okay, Daddy.
Thank you. But it's for men. It really is. There's a lot of men who we go from day to day, and I'm just going to speak for men. Now, all y'all, we go from day to day, and we have to wrestle with the world out in the streets. We have to go to work. We have to deal with the threats of being, abused or shot at or whatever it may be out in the streets. And the last thing we want to do is come home and not feel any physical connection from anybody. That whole day, we're out just battling the world. And to come home and have, like my baby does, I'll come home and the first thing she does is give me a hug and give me a kiss. That right there kind of eases all of what I had to tackle out in the world for that day. And for men, a lot of men, you don't know how much a hug really affects them. You really just don't get it. You don't know because you think men are men. They're supposed to be strong and tough. We need hugs too. We need affection. We need that. We do. It shouldn't be one-sided.
I can tell where, even if, you look like the calmest guy ever, but even where there's things going on that may put you a little, at ease.
On edge.
Yeah. And I would come and just give you a hug or rub the back of your head or just rub your back. And like you said, again, nothing sexual, but just something to give you the physical touch. And it literally like calms you and soothes you. And I think you talked about that previously on the podcast where there's some nights where we just laying down and you're just rubbing.
I just want to lay on your chest or lay between your legs. That is it for me. That is so calming.
It is. It really is for you.
And seriously, for men, we deal with a lot. We really do. And for us to have that safe space to come home to is extremely important for men. More than, we're not going to say it. That's just not us. Men not going to just, I need a hug. We're not going to say that. We're really not. But
that is
if you have your man and you know he had a rough day at work, just give him a hug. You'd be surprised how far that goes, honestly, for men. Really, it really is.
That's helpful. That's good. Okay. The third one, acts of service.
Is that your favorite?
Actually, it isn't.
Because I'm over here vacuuming right now.
No. But I think
let me take the trash out. Hold on, man.
Yes. I think it is for a lot of women. So acts of service is, this love language is about going out of your way to serve, to help, or to take care of someone's needs and responsibilities. So last we talked about taking out the trash or filling your partner's gas tank. Doing the dishes or making your spouse a cup of coffee first thing in the morning or even cooking them a meal. So all of those things fall under acts of service. You do that all the time for me.
I do.
And
or at least I try to.
No, you really do. Okay. Yes, you hit the mark for that. And I appreciate it because oftentimes I'm juggling 1,000,001 things. So for you to come and to take away something and to help and to take it off my plate is so very helpful. Yeah. So I think a lot of women prefer or resonate, I would say rather, with acts of service as one of their love languages. Yeah. But if a man don't know that, he may be out trying to get purses or food or this, that, and the other, and items, and she's like, no, I just need you to come home and kind of like help with the kids.
Help out around the house.
Fix this or clean this or do this or something like that, and you missed it because you're thinking, as a man, I'm supposed to just go out and provide, right? So you're thinking you're working in your element and you're doing what you're supposed to do, and really you're missing the way that she wants to be loved.
Right. He's walking around thinking, I'm showing you love. I go to work every day.
Yeah.
It's more to it than that, fellas.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But you got to connect. You got to connect with your woman to understand exactly what her love language is. That's why we're going over this today. So pay attention, fellas. This is just not for the ladies today.
And same thing with the women, because, and just to be 100% transparent, I had to learn how to give you physical touch in the way that you desire. Because to me, I always thought men just wanted, just sex, or something like that. I'm like, oh God, here you go, want to hug again. It's going to lead to something. And it was like, no, this really is what like soothes you, is really what matters the most to you, and it's very important. And it wasn't until I realized that it really was important to you that I realized that I needed to make sure I incorporate it more, because it's what you needed and how I was able to reach you. So again, just like you're saying, men pay attention. Women, we have to pay attention to our man as well. Yeah, definitely. Okay. So gifts.
Gifts, that's pretty self-explanatory. Some people, this is their love language.
It is.
They want gifts.
Yeah. The one thing I wanted to make mention of is that sometimes this love language can have like a negative condescending.
It can be a little confusing.
Absolutely, yeah, because many people may think, oh, it's just based upon materialistic things of just buying things and getting it. But what it is that it's reminding your loved one that you actually are thinking about them and spending time to find something that really they will enjoy. So, for example, I talked about it before. I will go and buy you your candy. And for you, gifts is not necessarily one of your important.
I've always, if I want something, I just go get it.
Yeah,
so
and I'm the
gifts
same
are not
way.
the big thing for me.
Absolutely.
Really
like I'm not triggered by gifts, so I'm not just overly enthused. But when you do something and you're so thoughtful and you give me a gift, like for one Valentine's Day, you had given me a coupon book.
Oh yeah,
and it was super adorable. Like each coupon was connected to something you wanted to be done or you wanted to give, like a special trip. I can redeem it for a certain trip or redeem it for a cup of coffee or a massage. And I thought that was just so thoughtful. So while I'm not, moved by gifts, I was definitely moved by the thoughtfulness that your gift gave to me that time. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, gifts are good. Surprising them with maybe flowers or buying their favorite snack the next time you're at the grocery store or anything small like that. Maybe even making them a artwork or something like that he can use. So I think if that's your partner's love language, you have to be in touch with that.
Yeah,
and that may not be something that you like. You're like, why do I gotta buy them gifts? But that's how they feel love.
That's how they feel it.
Yeah, so you have to be important.
So you got to meet your partner where they are. If that's what they like, you got to go out of your way to do some gift giving, even if you don't want to.
Yep. Okay, and the last one is one that we share.
We definitely share this one. Quality time. So this is just kind of putting the phone away, closing the laptop, turning off the TV, just doing things with that partner where it's just you and them. No distractions, no kids, no phones, no work, no nothing. And that, for us, that is extremely important to both of us.
It is.
That is extremely important. So we are, as you probably heard us say, we are very intentional with the things we do. We really are. We're not planning anything. This is not, on Tuesday we're going to do this, on Thursday. No. Sometimes it's spontaneous. Quality time is spontaneous, where we just, hey, babe, come over. We're just going to sit down and watch our favorite show or whatever, but we're going to do it together, or we're just going to go for a walk. We like to walk the bridge sometimes.
We love to.
Babe, get up in the morning, we're going to walk the bridge. And it's just me and her walking, talking, laughing, just enjoying each other, just enjoying being friends, which is very important to be friends. And if you're friends, you want to do things with your friends. I don't have any friends I don't want to do nothing with. Because then they not my friends.
No. But I think you and I, we had an issue one time when it came to this love language, right?
We did. We had a little dust up because, and I had to explain it to her. So for me losing my wife, I tend to cherish even the little small moments even more than I used to before my wife passed. So I could overwhelm her sometimes wanting to spend time with her. And it's totally natural. You want to be together, but you still need your space too. We all need our own space to do what we need to do for us. And then, of course, we just got to make some time for each other. So that was one of our dust-ups. I kind of was going overboard with wanting to spend time with her, especially, I think at this time we were living together at the moment. So it was overwhelming for her. And she needed some space. She's just like, I love you, but I just need some things, some time to do what I like to do by myself.
Right. Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that because, as we said, we talked about it. So that was the key. It would have continued to be a dust up if we didn't talk about it, but because we talked about it, we got an understanding. Okay, I understand, babe, you need some time. And every once in a while, I need time too. I just need to sit down and watch a game by myself.
Oh, yeah. Or 2.
Or 3. That's me. Sometimes I just want to go out and maybe go golfing or go throw a cornhole or something. That's the things I like to do by myself. Or, maybe playing against somebody, but just doing that. And she had to understand, okay, babe, where you going? You going where?
Right.
Oh, okay, no problem. And same thing with me. I was like, you going where? Oh, you doing a book club event? Okay, go ahead.
But I think it was hard at one point because, again, we are best friends. So we
do enjoy it. Being with each other.
Like we just do. We wake up, we will go to the gym together, we'll go walking, we'll clean the house together. We'll go get the kids together. We'll go for coffee together. We'll work together. So we just really enjoyed the QT, but we just still have to realize, like you said, that we're individuals.
We're still individuals.
Absolutely. So we had to make sure that we balanced it.
Yeah.
That's what it was,
Yeah.
more so. Yeah. So we worked through that.
That's true.
Okay.
What you got for me, baby?
So I understand that your two main languages are physical touch and quality time. So would you say that I meet those love languages for you very well?
Oh, of course, absolutely, absolutely. You do an amazing job of balancing things. I think that was one of the things that I definitely had to learn from you, how to balance things. So for me, it's definitely you. You know how to handle me when I'm in a mood. You know how to handle me when I'm not in the mood.
You in the mood now?
I'm always in the mood for you, baby.
Come on, how much longer is this thing?
Oh, we cut this joint whenever you want to. Just say cut. No, but in all seriousness,
Okay.
though you have a amazing ability to understand me. Almost in a way I can honestly say that no other woman probably has. To really understand me and what I have going on. You can tell when I'm not having the best of days because I tend to be quiet, and you just know how to pick me up, and that's what I love about you. You're so connected to me. You understand me in a way that I don't necessarily have to say it all the time. You can read my nonverbals very well, and of course I don't mind them. I don't have a problem expressing how I feel as well either. So you get my verbals too sometimes.
Yes, definitely.
But
you prefer not to, and I had to learn this. You prefer not to go around and to express it because you feel like I don't want to burden someone else.
I don't.
So I think a lot of times women, we don't realize, like, our man, you got to pay attention to sometimes not necessarily what he's saying, but what he's not saying, or
even what his body language. And I'm a coach, so I say this all the time. Body language is important. I tell this to my boys all the time when they're playing sports. Body language is extremely important. You can see it.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you have to be connected to realize and see something that's going on. Yeah. And then find ways that they want to be loved by utilizing their love language to pick them up. Yeah.
Like there's times where I'm extra clingy, as she would call it, but I had something really going on in my life, and just that physical touch or whatever it was easing that situation without me actually saying it out loud.
Absolutely.
And
That's
she was
so good.
able to read that and be like, okay, I don't know why he's being extra clingy, but let me just
give him the moment.
Give me the moment. And then once that moment was over, I was fine. I go back to normal.
Go back to, yeah. But you needed that.
But I needed that. I needed that.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just like there's times where she'll tell me, she'll get a little crazy. And she'll tell me later, she'll be like, I just really missed you. And I'm like, that's how you showed me you really missed me? Okay.
That's strange.
Right, that's strange. Okay, I'll take that. But that's how she expressed it. She expressed it in that way where, and she would come back to me, she said, I don't know what I had going on the other day, but I really just missed you. Okay. You could have just said that instead of me trying to figure out what's going on.
Right.
But that's how, some people, they have their quirks, they have their own ways of doing things. I have my own, she has her own. But the beautiful thing is that we're both willing to learn what that other person's quirk is, or what pushes them, what makes them do this, what makes them think like this. And I mean, even shit, hormonal for you women.
Oh, yeah.
Got menopause and premenopause and periods and all of that causes imbalance. Pregnancy, all that causes imbalances within you, and we as men, we don't understand that.
Yeah.
But we have to navigate it because if we don't, we might get our head bitten off.
Exactly.
And I don't mean the good head. So you take it for what it's worth. You have to really, really understand and develop to know what your spouse or what your partner has and what they need and how they need it.
Yeah. And that comes from, like I said, I think developing a connection with your partner.
That intimacy, like we talked about last week, it definitely is. That intimacy, not just the romance, but that intimacy, really knowing that person.
Connection,
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you with that. Okay. So for QT, you said that you think that we make a point to do the date nights, the movie nights, the comedy shows, the walks, and that's very important.
Or just doing things impromptu. Mm-hmm. You know?
Mm-hmm. You're really bigger on the impromptu.
I'm bigger on the impromptu. I am. She's schedule driven, but every once in a while I'll be like, babe, don't worry about that schedule tonight. I'll meet you here. Or I'll come get you.
You do. And I'm like, no.
But those are, for me, those are the fun, those are probably the fun times for me because she's not expecting what's going to happen. And she's one of those, I want to know everything. What we doing? Where we going? How? What time we got to be there by?
Yes.
Just get in the car, baby. Just get in the car. I promise you'll be safe. Just get in the car. I ain't trying, as she say, you trying to kidnap me, ain't you? No, baby. I'm not trying to kidnap you. Just get in the car.
I do say that. Okay, so how should a partner or how should partners learn their love language? Would you recommend a love language quiz or which way?
I would say a love language quiz. Read the book. I'm sorry, I can't remember the author's name of, for the love languages.
But I think there's a few books out there.
They are, but I mean,
what you were talking about in particular.
In particular, yeah. But just sit down, talk to them, tell them why you do this, why you do that, why do you like this, why you like that. Mm-hmm. That'll lead you to understand their love language, to know them better, to really realize, okay, this is what they really like. They need physical touch, or they need words of affirmation, or they need quality time.
And like you said, don't be afraid to tap into their love language, although it's not the way that you necessarily want to be loved. So like for me, physical touch is not necessary. I enjoy it, but it's not my love language. No. It's more so of yours. Mm-hmm. But I know that that's what you need. So I can't say, because it's not mine, I don't want to give it to you.
I'm not doing it. I
have to give it to you because that's the way that you want to be loved. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Otherwise, I will miss the mark on you feeling loved by me.
You got that right.
Boy. Okay.
Breathe. Just breathe.
That's all I'm going to do. So let me ask you, out of the five, besides QT, what would be the other love language that you would say is that I would probably resonate with?
That you would resonate with?
Yeah.
Definitely words of affirmation, I think, for you. I really think so.
What?
Yeah.
How?
Babe, you might not really realize this, but you love
what?
When I call you beautiful queen.
But no.
You don't like that?
I do love that. That's sweet. But that's not a love.
So what is it? Acts of service? You want me to vacuum the floor?
Acts of service. Because you do that all the time. Like the coffee and the clothes.
But I think the words of affirmation goes along with that as well.
Yeah, it probably go along.
I mean, you like the little romance poems when I do something like that,
or my cuddle package.
Yeah, I did a little cuddle snack pack for her because she was coming over, so I got all her favorite foods and little snacks that she liked to eat when we cuddling. Mm-hmm. So I put them all in a little bag, real cuddle snack pack on it. But I mean, that's just things. That's just things that I want to do because I want to see that beautiful smile like you got on your face right now.
Thank you.
And I want to see it every day. Mm-hmm. So
you get to see it every day because you put it there.
A little snack pack ain't no big deal.
Oh, okay. Thank you. It was a big deal.
For you it is, but for me, doing it, it's not a big deal. Stopping to get roses or flowers for you. For me, that's what you should be doing anyway. Mm-hmm. I really think you should be trying to woo your woman every single day.
Mm-hmm. It should be the same with your man.
Yeah, it should be a day you're not trying to woo your woman or your man.
Yeah.
It should be consistent. Mm-hmm. It shouldn't be, I only do it on Christmas. Or I only do it on birthdays. No, what about the other 363 days of the year?
Yeah.
They're going to feel, you only do it on the special days. Mm-hmm. So then the special days go away, then what?
Exactly. Yeah.
You don't have that.
Definitely, you should be intentional.
I ain't saying do it every day.
Right.
At least do it a little more consistent than you are, fellas. Yeah. Or ladies.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not just speaking, but for ladies or men, just do what y'all are supposed to do. Mm-hmm. You love that person, show them.
Mm-hmm. And the way they want to.
Show them in the way they want to be loved.
Yeah.
So if they want gifts, buy them some gifts.
Buy them
something. If they need some words of affirmation, it's okay to put your little pride aside and tell them more often than you do. Mm-hmm. I love the way you do this. I love when you wear this. I love how you look in this.
I tell you every day.
Yes, you do. You do, baby. Mm-hmm. In this episode over, you just don't know.
Love language for a reason, baby.
Hey. Okay. My bad. I'm getting a little distracted, folks. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little distracted.
Stay on course.
Come on
man.
back. Come on back.
All right, what else you got for us today, babe?
I don't know what else you got, baby. You want to get to that quickie?
I think we can move there. I think we can. So what is the...
See you later, y'all.
Okay, babe, come back.
Oh, you're
Come
not
back.
talking about that?
I'm talking about the quickie question of the week. Yeah, just sit down.
Gotcha.
There you go. Just take a seat. There you go. And yeah. Okay, so what did we discuss that it's going to be for this week?
I don't remember, baby. I really don't. I'm unfocused right now. I'm just gonna say this. I don't think she understands how I'm undressing her right now with my eyes over here.
Go.
I see everything. Sorry, my bad, y'all.
The quickie this week is going to be extremely that quick.
Okay.
Let's just go with what we got because
Okay.
we both.
So the question is more so for y'all. We kind of already answered our question. So, do you, as the listener, know what your own love language is, and have you expressed to your partner how you want to be loved?
That's good. Yeah. So do you know your own love language? And if so, have you expressed that to your partner? And if you don't know it, this is the opportunity to know it and to express it to your partner.
We gave you.
I don't think anything's wrong with it. 5 love lanlanguage.
It's just like the 5 senses. There
I was
you
going to
go.
say the 5 steps, but it wasn't.
No, we ain't doing that Drew Hill stuff. Nah. Because that song don't make no sense. Where the other 2 steps? All I heard was 5, 4, and 3. What happened to 2 and 1? But we're gonna leave that alone.
Okay, we're going to leave that alone. Okay. So 5 love languages: words of affirmation, physical touch, acts of service, gifts, and quality time. So
really sit back and sit down with your partner. And if you want to get a notebook or something, grab a glass of wine and just sit there and kind of go over those 5 things and say, well, so which one do you think is yours? And have them ask you the same question, so y'all can be on the same page of knowing
yes.
what your love language is.
And after you know your partner's love language, the most important thing is to implement it.
Implement it. That's my baby's favorite word. Yeah, you got to implement
Yeah,
it
you
now.
got to implement it. So once you know that's their love language, make sure you're implementing it. And again, as my co-host TC said, you don't necessarily have to every single day hit the mark with this. But again, words of affirmation, that's free 99.
Free.
Quality time is
Free.
Gifts, you can even make gifts free. You can go find something, make it, and give to them. Or again, you have many resources.
Acts of service are free most of the time, unless you got to spend to do it.
Absolutely. And physical touch is definitely
free. Like sign me up.
No, you already signed up. You were at the top of the list, honey. So don't worry about
I'm
that.
trying to be the only one on the list, not the top of the list.
You are the only and at the top. So anyway, the quickie for this
head of the class.
Oh, you definitely head of the class. Okay, so we discussed the quickie of the week. Once again, do you know your own love language? And if you do, have you expressed your love language to your partner? So tap in and let us know. And of course, you early on knew yours, and you quickly expressed it to me.
Expressed it, but I honestly, I think I had touched all 5 of them at some point in time in the relationship.
Yeah.
But my main 2 are definitely quality time and physical touch.
Yeah. But the other ones, like words of affirmation, you love that. I call you handsome, and I'm always saying I love you, and we always having words of affirmation. I always do that with you. Gifts as well. You do like gifts. Like I said, it's probably not the top.
Not top of my list,
of your list. Yeah.
Because I always feel I can get my own gifts.
Yeah. But you still enjoy.
I enjoy
receive a gift from me.
Like she bought me this knife set. I love it. So
I always forget that.
Yeah, I've been on this juicing thing for a little bit now since around Christmas time. She bought me a juicer too for Christmas. So. And then she bought me a knife set for my birthday. So I've been using the knife set to cut up all the fruit. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not a gift type of person, but I get use out of both of them. Just like I think the first Christmas we were together, you bought me a watch, Apple Watch.
Oh, okay.
Because my old one was,
Oh, yeah.
kind of defective, whatever. And I wear it every day. So those are things that every day I see or touch or do that reminds me how much she loved me just to do that. So
absolutely,
you got to take that for what it's worth.
Yeah. Definitely.
And just like I think I wrote her I wrote her a little poem the other day, right? So we were doing the 7-day challenge. We stopped at day 3, but we still been doing things. We just haven't posted, so we're gonna try to catch up and make sure we post it. But we've been doing little small things for each other for the last 7 days. We're gonna keep it up too, because that's just what we do. We don't mind doing things for each other. But I wrote her a little poem, and she was surprised, number one. And then on top of that, I was like, I did that in like maybe 10 minutes. I really sit down and was like, okay, let me write a poem real quick.
Wow.
And it's funny because I don't think myself as a writer or nothing, but I seem to be able to write things when it comes to you.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, so like when her first birthday together, we were dating, first started dating. I don't know if we shared the story already or not.
We did not.
Okay. So her thing is, she loves reading books, as y'all probably have heard from the previous episodes. So I wrote her almost like a itinerary or a little story about 3 different places that I was planning to take her for her birthday.
Without identifying
the place. So I just gave, written examples of we're going to this, blah, blah, blah. We're going
it wasn't written like that. It was very...
it was very detailed. It was very detailed.
Very beautifully
and
written.
The response I got from that is just another reason why I love writing poems for her and doing things like that, because she loved it.
I loved it.
She loved it.
I mean, it was so beautiful. And it wasn't like how you start stories. In the beginning, it was this, and in the beginning, it was not. It was like, this morning, we're going to start out with a nice massage on the beautiful sunrise of this, and the sand goes in between your legs. And I was like, oh, wait a minute.
I want to go there. And then she read the second one. She was like, nope, I want to go to the second place. So she ended up reading all 3 of them. And she finally, she was like, I can't do all 3 of them. I was like, no, it's just one.
I'm going to have to share that one day, because it was so beautiful. And each of the places were catered for me. And I was like, no one ever been so thoughtful and cared enough about me to include everything that I would love in the story. And again, I love Starbucks. So every story had early in the morning.
I had to go to Starbucks and every one of them stories.
He did. And I was like, this is so, so sweet. So it was very, very...
But we ended up going to Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, yeah.
She finally ended up picking Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I literally just did the kind of... Go ahead. I'll let you...
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I kind of just did the same thing again for her birthday, which was just recent. So she loves Chris Brown. She loves Chris Brown.
Hey.
So, I found, not local, but I found 5 places that Chris Brown will be at. And I was like, so I did the story thing again.
This time was a little different. You was like, pick out of the 5 envelopes.
Yes, I just put the numbers on the envelope. I was like, pick, and this one is where you're going.
Yeah. Right. And I was like, no.
And so she cheated and opened all 5 of them. And she held them for like 2 weeks. She was like, I don't know which one I want to go to. I was like, that's not how the game's supposed to work. You're supposed to pick one, and that's where you're going.
Right.
So, where'd you end up picking?
Was it California?
Yeah. San Diego? Was it San Diego?
I think it's that one.
So we'll be taking her to San Diego to see Chris Brown and turn it into a whole little, just a short trip. It's not going for a week or nothing. Just a couple of days and make sure we catch the concert while we're out there. Hopefully, if he's out of jail still.
Yes, he will be.
I said still.
Don't do him like that.
I'm just saying.
He's doing well. So, yes, that was so, so thoughtful. And I really appreciate it each time and every single time. And also, I just wanted to share, as we conclude, that this week when you had written a poem, it was actually on the death of my brother. Yeah. So I was already kind of, emotional. And a little down. But the poem really did help. Just put a nice smile on my face. Yeah.
Glad I could do that for you, baby.
So I appreciate you. Let me thank you now.
Yeah. I got hit the button. How you want me to thank you?
No, sir. No.
How you want me to thank you?
No, that was not what we
doing. You wanted that?
No. Thank you.
Playing with all the buttons today, y'all.
Oh, no.
No, but we appreciate you all for listening in to another episode. Thank you again. Hopefully y'all did that homework we asked y'all to do. I can't say we got any
I don't think so, but maybe we'll call around. People call us. And
people tend to just call. We did this, we did that, but I guess they're afraid to post what they did on
maybe
social media. Maybe it just
takes a little extra time, and
Well, what I'm starting to realize, just looking at the numbers from the show, a lot of people are behind. They're catching up.
Okay, yeah.
So they might not even got to that episode yet.
Right.
But it is what it is. Y'all just keep listening. We're gonna keep putting them out. Next week, what we talking about though, baby?
I don't know. What we're gonna discuss this week?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so next week we're gonna discuss what? Ultimatums?
Ultimatums in a relationship.
Are they healthy?
Are they healthy? Especially when it's a marriage
deadline. Yeah, they healthy. You gotta get that man an ultimatum. I'm about to give you an ultimatum.
What's the ultimatum?
I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out.
Let me hear.
You know. I'm gonna come up with something for next week. I got an ultimatum for you.
Well, y'all probably hear about that throughout the week on social media. I don't know what the ultimatum gonna be. But hey, I'm all prepared for it.
I know you. I know that.
I ain't scared.
Okay. Let's see if we're gonna be talking that trash next week.
I'll be talking all the trash and then some. I ain't scared.
Okay.
No, but thank you all for listening in to another episode. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all listening. We thank you for all the feedback we get from y'all. We'll be doing this again next week.
Can't wait.
Tune in.
Thank you, listeners. We love you.
All right. Peace.
Peace.